Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Pro Tips from Amateur Gamers with your hosts Mr. Marauder and Mr. Pyrofiend.
What's up, guys?
Today we're going to be talking about your radar, your portable radar and your minimap, and how important they are to your game strategies.
They're basically like a seventh player in the game.
It helps everybody all together. You can see I got my portable radar in this one, and I'm going to throw it down to my right here in a second, and it's going to be watching my flank. Right there, it's watching my back as I'm crossing the bridge and taking guys out here. And sure enough, two guys decide they're going to try and flank me. But it's not going to happen because I got them pinpointed.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how helpful a portable radar can actually be.
And it's always good to put them down in highly trafficked areas like intersections, places like that. You know, you want to try to put them out of sight, but at the same time, you want to get as much area as you can. So rather than just put it down like behind a box all the way in the back of the map somewhere where they won't find it, you know, put it in your high traffic areas where it covers 4 or 5 different areas that they can come from. That way your back's covered on all sides, and basically if anybody comes in that area without assassin, you know it.
Yeah. And you know if they got assassin, they're going to be camping in the corner somewhere. So you don't have to worry about that too much.
If they have assassin, they'll be in the corner, and you ain't got to worry about them running down that highly traveled path to kill you.
Because if they got assassin, they're trying not to run down the high traffic areas.
That's what they do.
So another thing we want to talk about is watching your minimap. Now, a lot of people think that your minimap is useless if you don't have a UAV up or something like that, but that is completely opposite to the case. Even when you don't have a UAV up, you can pretty much tell where the enemy team should be just by looking at where your team is. So right now there's nobody on my team in the village, so I can tell that everybody on the enemy team is going to be around the village. And sure enough, they're all here getting chopped up.
Not only that, but of course everybody knows that if they don't have silencer, it's going to show up. And one guy with a silencer can be spawning where his enemy's spawning, shooting a gun off just because he's, you know, a noob.
Yeah.
And that is going to sound off to the entire team where they are at. So it's always a good idea to keep your eye on the minimap.
And you can see I've got a silencer on the ACR in this one, and if I didn't have the silencer, I probably would have got shot in the back when I was working in the village here, because there was pretty much the entire team here, and I was just picking them off one by one, and nobody really knew I was there until they were all dead.
Yeah.
It's like on the map Dome. If let's say your team was in the bunker spawning, and they're headed to the dome, you know that the enemy team is either going to be in the dome getting killed or going to be spawning at the building. So if you turn around and head for the building, you might get that triple spray you're looking for.
Another thing to keep in mind is when you're playing on Dome and you see the enemy shooting on your minimap or you have a UAV, if you run over there to wherever they are, like if you're in the building and they're in the dome, if you just run out and run straight to the dome, by the time you get there, your friendly guys on your team are going to have all those guys killed, and you're going to be standing there with your dick in your hand getting shot in the back. So the best thing to do is just wait, you know.
And try to find out where they're going to be coming from,
figure
as
out
opposed to where they are at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you could see back there where my portable radar was watching the entrance to the cave, and that's a really good spot to put it because it's watching a flank and also a high traffic area. If anybody decides that they're gonna, let's say we're camping on the cliff, and anybody decides to try and come around behind us, then we'll know. The only way they'd be able to get us is if they walked all the way around through the village and came from our left, or if they came head on to us, and that's not gonna work.
Another good point is you left your radar down back there, correct?
Yeah, it's still there.
Okay, so when you leave it down back there and then you run through the entire map, basically, and clear them out of all their spawns, basically that is where they're going to be at, you know, as far as...
Yeah, they're going to be
spawning.
spawning.
That's the only place that you're not at, and you've cleared out everywhere else. So...
They're going to be spawning near the radar.
Yeah, right off the bat, you're going to know exactly where they're headed, what their plan is, and you're going to be able to counter that as well, just by leaving it down.
And right now my team's all around this area, so I picked my radar back up and I'm gonna go drop it somewhere else and see what we can do. And let's see, my team is around the top of the hill there on the cliff, so I know the enemy team's gonna be probably near the village or the far bridge.
And again, right there, you put your thing down, and then you waited for the radar on it to get all the way out to its radius before you cut the corner and went into the village. That way, you can make sure that nobody was in there that was gonna surprise you and end your kill streak or whatever.
Yeah, because if you drop your radar and
you just run straight around a corner, you're gonna run into a guy standing there with a shotgun or something,
and it's not gonna work. And the radar does have a huge radius, so
yeah,
just wait till it gets all the way out, and you're gonna see somebody.
That's what I don't understand about a lot of commentators. They say that it's helpful, but it's not that big of a radius. But when you think about the portion of the map and the size that the radar covers, just that little bitty portable radar that you can take with you anywhere, it's so beneficial to good gameplay. Like, I don't know why everybody doesn't use it.
It's definitely very helpful. So there we got a M.O.A.B.
Ooh, a fancy M.O.A.B.
So that's how much the portable radar can help you.
Yeah, especially on Village.
Yeah, especially on Village, because there's a lot of different ways.
Long lines of sights.
A lot of different ways
campers.
They can come around behind you. So that's that. I hope you guys like pro tips. MrIVIr Marauder and MrIVIr Pyrofiend. See you later.
Later, guys.